see three is a weather vane, kind of, or wind vane, not weather vane. It's on a rotating ballast, and as the wind blows, it faces opposite it. Probably not enough lift to actually take off, but 31,581 hours. 670 gallons of capacity. For what range? Doesn't say its range. Easily Googleable though. That's pretty cool. Those wheels are much larger than they look when you're on board, aren't they? Pretty cool. Stuff you find, and there's a random chair here. I guess you could just sit. We also have here a family of woolly mammoth. They seem to have gotten separated. And the baby is all alone. Well, I'm doing a 4-mile hike. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but it's not gonna get dark till midnight, so I slept in today, and this is my rest day. I didn't promise you guys a video, or myself a video, but I figured open up all trails. The weather was nice, as you can tell. Open up all trails and see what is around in the area. And there's this hike that goes up this really long staircase up to the airport, which is up there. And after the hike, I'll get some dinner. But yeah, I'm feeling good. The issue I'm having is internet speed. I think it's just the nature of the Northern Territories, where I went to 12 different cafes and the maximum upload speed is 600 kilobits. Not even a meg up. It's been really tough to get a good upload speed. So yesterday's video, I commented that the internet at the hotel is not the highest speed. It actually is the best in town. I'm getting like 500K uploads I went to 11 cafes today on my bike, and 500K is the most I saw, and that was at the Tim Hortons. Went to the library, went to the college. So it's like 8 hours to upload one YouTube video, and I have 4 of them. It was terrible. This is totally worth it. It's only a 3-mile hike. I wanted to actually do the hike over there on that ridge, but it required driving like 10 minutes over there. I didn't want to drive, so my ass hurts too much. But this is good for my butt and my feet to be walking this. That little neighborhood right there, this little block, I like it a lot. Very homey. It's a small town, 32,000 people in Whitehorse. Only 25 or so in the immediate area. The rest are in the outskirts. And there's 5 neighborhoods. This is only 1 of 5. This is the largest, obviously. There's a small, tiny neighborhood way over there. And there's a couple behind me, and then there's a couple of there's a river here in the middle. So you obviously can't see everything, but this is pretty much the whole town. And yeah, it's very cozy, but super quiet. Just not much going on. Even on a Saturday night, the hottest bar in the whole town had 20 people in it. This is just a nice hike. It's only a few miles, but just follows this ridge line that lines the city. It's kind of nice to see it all from this vantage point. Hi, puppy. Hello. This is one of the other sides of Whitehorse. So I was facing that direction. If you go over here, you'll see this is the second of the 5 neighborhoods. There's another one up there on the ridge line, right there. And then there's a pretty large one on the other side of the airport over there where the college is. And of course the one I hollered at way back there on the other side of the river. So there's a few different burbs, but 60% of the population is in this one little area here. And one thing I've noticed a lot about these Arctic communities, you see it in Quebec, you see it in Greenland, you see it in Alaska, is there's usually more emphasis on shared buildings. And so, like, I can't really point one from here, but like there's a lot of buildings around the downtown area that are like 12 stores in one entrance, but all the stores are in. It's a mall, but it's not called a mall. It's just it's a strip mall, but inside. And because everyone's sharing the heat, the heating bills are cheaper because everyone's sharing the same furnace. It's more economical to have everything just inside in one building. So anyway, there's foxes. There are foxes playing. Let's see if we can see them in there. You see them? It's a family of like 4 or 5 foxes. Those are cubs. They're just playing. It's not dogs. Those aren't dogs. They have black and brown tails. Oh, it's coyotes. Maybe it's coyotes. It's the one on the top there looks like a coyote. So I've been talking to Heather and talking through stuff. I've sent her a whole bunch of details for like mileposts for the highway, the Dempster Highway. She's tracking my location. When we talk through the inReach Messenger, I'll send her what my last kilometer marker was or mileage marker was on my GS, so she can kind of keep track of that for upcoming like parking spots and camping, other things, and just things to see. But we're looking at tomorrow as the date to go up. So I'm 6 hours south of Dawson City, and I'll wake up fully rested at like 4 or 5 a.m. Just need to carry 3 things down to the bike and load it up and then head out. So I'm gonna go to sleep early tonight, 8 or 9 o'clock. It's 6 now, and basically be ready to go tomorrow morning as soon as I wake up. The road to Dawson is paved, and there's gas every 50 miles or so no problem there. And when I get to Dawson, I'm going to get gas at the start of the Klondike Highway and top off, and it's 229 miles to Eagle Plains. There's no rain. If I leave tomorrow at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. from Whitehorse, there's a 10% chance of rain just north of Dawson, like 50 miles north. But no more rain the rest of the way up to Inuvik or Tuk. The forecast for the Northern Territories is really sparse, by the way. There's like 1 radar station for the entire province. So you posted there's a little bit of salt. Sea salt? I don't know. Grain of salt. Once I pass through Dawson and gas up, I'm going to keep going. And given the road reports that the gravel roads are being graded this week north of Fort McPherson, I don't like recently graded gravel, and I don't want to spend 7 hours on it or 12 hours on it, but I'm going to have to, probably averaging 35 or 40 miles an hour to stay above it, on top of it, and just dancing on it for a while, staying far right. A motorcyclist died a few days ago, colliding with a truck. It's dangerous, and it's just dangerous. I did note that the tires that motorcycle had, the one that was involved in the collision, were street tires. They look like Anarchy tires. They were Dunlop, but they were street tires on a GS. It's a dangerous route. The moment that it starts drizzling or misting, I'm going to stop and set up camp. I have 2 gallons of water. I have 5 days of meals, five meals, which I'll do 1 per day because they're high-calorie meals. And I'm willing to stay in a tent, put for as long as it rains, if it does rain. But if I go to Dawson on day 1 and leave the next day, the chance of rain is 20 to 30% the entire route north. And so if I can get to Inuvik or the Arctic Circle line tomorrow by like 9 p.m., it'll still be completely daylight, and I'll have ridden for 12 hours, but I will be almost to the end, and then have just a 10% chance of rain the following morning for that last 80 or 90 miles to the very top. When I arrive in Tuk, though, I'll just spend at least 24 hours there for that forecast storm to pass. Then I can start heading back south. And it's Sunday. Thursday through Saturday, the highway and Inuvik have like thunderstorm forecasts. Also working for me is the Dust to Dawson just ended. So a bunch of bikers are actually riding up there today and tomorrow. And so some of those guys and girls will be catching me on the way. They'll be heading south, I'm heading north. And so plenty of opportunity to get help if I need it. I have an inReach, I have SOS, and you know, there are a ton of dangers on this route, but 1,000 people a year do it on bicycles and motorcycles and are fine. And so no expectations, not going to ride on the wet, and I'm just going to go at my own pace. But I'm hoping by tomorrow night that I've passed Eagle Plains and I've made it to the Arctic Circle line, which is going to be abnormal for most people. Most people leave from Dawson. I'm leaving from Whitehorse. But given that, you know, I've rested for 2 days, my ass is fine. We'll be fine by the morning. I can do a 12-hour day on 6 paved and 6 gravel, no problem, and then finish it up on Tuesday, and then start riding back home on Wednesday to hopefully beat the rain coming Thursday to Saturday. I'm nervous. I'm a planner, so this is how I always am, but I'm still nervous. And I think going into this with no expectations is the best way to do it. I have the right tires, I have the right gear. The only thing I really am at risk of is dropping the bike and breaking one of these Jessie boxes and having to like strap it at the very top, and then having one box leading me right the whole way down or left the whole way back. 4-inch thick pea gravel just stabbed me in the heart. Just sounds terrible. That's gonna suck. That's gonna suck so bad. I've done that in Labrador, and I remember kissing the ground when I hit pavement in Labrador after 2 days of 4-inch thick gravel, including a crash where I crossed over that line where the machine was dropping the gravel to be spread out. It just sucks. I hate that stuff. All right, I'm gonna pack up. Then it's dinner time. I'll send you a dinner clip video to round out our day, but then I'm going to bed because it's go time tomorrow. Well, it's 8 p.m. in Whitehorse. I think I'm gonna get a sunburn. It's like baking my skin. And this is the last video from here for a while. I'll pass through in a few days if all goes well, and hopefully just passing through on my way to Lake Watson. Is the next plan after Tuk and Dawson towards Jasper and Banff. So if all goes well in 5 days, I'll be coming back through here and passing right through. I want ice cream. There's always time for ice cream.